Hey guys, welcome to another Trade Genius podcast. Bob and Phil here. Guys, this sector is leaving the station and you're going to want to get on board. Let's dive into it.
Trade Genius.
Hey everybody, it's Bob with Trade Genius. Usually I do fun ads. I talk about our service, but I want to be serious with you for a second. We've been helping a lot of people trading for a long time. As you can see here, I want to let them do the talking for me for a change. But most importantly, we want to help you too. If you have not joined our service yet, come check us out, tradelikeagenius.com. Full service. We have chat room. We have the algorithms for you. We give trades out every day. We educate you. So go to tradelikeagenius.com. Check us out. What you get out of our service is much, much more than what you put into it. And we'd like to see you in the room. Thanks for listening.
All right, Bob. So, a lot of things have moved. Some things haven't quite left the station yet. What are you looking at?
Yeah, Phil, I think we may go from a cyclical move into commodities because, it's kind of getting seasonal here, but it looks like it might get secular. And what's really interesting to me is this chart. It's like a mirror of last year. If you want to throw the first chart up, this is what I've been talking about to people now for the last 4 months is sell tech, buy commodities. And look at that head shoulder pattern that did not happen. Okay. One thing about chart patterns, and obviously I'm speaking to the crier with you, is if a chart pattern doesn't do what it's expected of it, the reversal is violent.
Right.
And that's what we had here. This is XOM to Apple, and right now this move is ExxonMobil's in the ascendancy. Apple's down like almost 20% from its highs, and ExxonMobil is up now, I think 13 or 14% from its local low, which was maybe like 2 months ago, I think early January, late December. And this move has a lot of room in it yet. ExxonMobil is extremely profitable. It's a cash flow machine. And this thing's moving and is still paying a 4.3% dividend. And debt's manageable. And, you look at it against like NVIDIA, which is, pays no dividend. Cash flow is not nearly as prodigious and it's worth more. So I think we're going to see the great rotation into commodities, Phil, especially if the Biden administration and other nations just continue to create fiat out of thin air. But here's the other chart that's interesting. One thing that was bothering me about the commodities is that the gold and silver miners and copper were not playing along. So ergo, I thought this was simply another seasonal play. We'll play oil into May. We'll play natural gas into May. And then we're going to have to hop off that bus again. But over the last couple of weeks, silver and gold miners started to pop now. And just recently, the copper stocks are starting to move too. So I think this is going to be a full-on buy things that hurt your feet and sell things that are digital. And I have another chart for you. This is FCX. Okay, see, FCX has been playing this sailboat race here. You see that, the gray line, this is weekly, by the way. And I love, I showed you guys these charts before. What ExxonMobil is and oil is when you get a weekly buy on the worm, you just buy. Don't even think about it. Do not pass go, go directly into the buy jail. And we got that with FCX. This is like the third time it's going to come up, hit that range of resistance on a weekly. When that thing comes through there, Phil, I didn't send you a daily chart, but it's painting a neckline of an inverted head and shoulders now on FCX. And you're talking 34 to 44. You're looking anywhere between $52 and $54 measured move on an inverted head and shoulders. I think it's going to get there. It's pushing pretty hard right now. We just put an entry in on that. And then the other thing I want to show you here is, an attaboy. We've been showing people when you're in seasonal world, Phil, you keep buying dips, okay? And there's one of our traders in here. They always ask me on Mondays, they always try to blow oil down. I tell people on Tuesday, buy oil, buy it into Friday. And this trader was listening, okay? And he's been doing it every week. And he just shot us an attaboy. This is literally 5 minutes before we got on today. He said, hey, thank you so much for these calls. This is how you play it, guys. And then look, this trade this week made over $1,100. This is 3 times the annual cost of our service. And these are the kind of trades that we put you in all the time. And I think this is just another way in which we help people make money in the markets, Phil. Yep. That's not even something we even put on our list of accountability trades. This one, if you're in the VIP room, this is one of those verbal trades we tell people what to do. So I think it's a great opportunity, and we're doing it also with natural gas and doing it with silver and gold too.
Yep. And Speaking of commodities, I wanted to switch gears to a digital commodity and talk about Bitcoin. Obviously making new all-time highs, made another new all-time high this morning. But I wanted to point out that we're kind of getting to that part of the cycle where we look for exhaustion. And that's where we're going to see maybe a larger pullback followed by a longer period of consolidation. The structure so far on Bitcoin has been extremely bullish, and I think you can make the case for a parabolic rise. And again, I think this goes along with just the cycle. Commodities are going up, Bitcoin and gold and all that are going to continue to do this move until we blow off. But in the meantime, wanted to point out that on the left here, I have a picture of the 2021 move. Bitcoin is one of those products that you can look back on similar structures in the past and kind of draw some comparisons. And over here, what we have is we're now getting our third 12-hour heat overbought cycle. And when you get to that second and third one, that's where you start to typically see a little more instability in terms of being able to hold some of these moves, because now the moves are getting steeper and steeper as we get deeper into this cycle, right? So we've got a pretty steep move here. On the right is our current chart, and you can see we've got some snipers coming in and Kona cells, and when those combine, we call them super Konas. And when you look at the left side of the chart, I pointed a couple arrows to where we get kind of that steep move also when the heat is cycling up and looking to maybe exhaust. So it's a very similar situation here. What that means is we could have more of a deeper correction. And there's some zones on the chart here. On the left, you see a couple of zones where we did have those deep corrections as far back as like the 786 fib, which is a very deep correction. You almost think like you're going to make a new low, but you don't. So if we do that, we're looking at probably low 60s for a pullback. So a couple of ways this can play out. One is we saw the top this morning and we're going to make a lower high and chop around, and we're going to start to roll over as we progress through the week. Or we're going to have one final push up where we make a really divergent high, and it's going to push up maybe towards 76, who knows, maybe even 78, and then you're going to have a pullback from that point. So that's the part we don't know. We just know that we're in the zone for that. So A, maybe we saw a top this morning and we're going to start a consolidation phase, or B, we have one more push higher, one of those two. But I think timing wise and cycle wise, when you read the cycles and you look at where we are in this structure, which isn't done yet, I think we're going to go north of 100K when it's all said and done. But right here is kind of one of those spots where Bitcoin may top out. It'll be over a 10K pullback, but it's simply just consolidation, and it may take 1 to 2 weeks to play out. So I just wanted to, Bob, I just wanted to warn people that we get these in these moves, and it's not too terribly negative. It's just part of the process of, like everything else, price has a way of moving up, and usually that's move up, consolidate, move up, consolidate until the overall trend exhausts, and then you get a reversal in that. So, but I think we're pretty much there.
Yeah, I think the Bitcoin miners might be smelling that out, looking for a certainty. But yeah, I totally agree with you. The nice thing about Bitcoin is that it's not nice when you're on the wrong side of it, but it's a more pure technical trade.
Yeah.
And so it tends to go to its support and resistance areas pretty quickly. So yep. I'm excited. I'm scared and I'm excited. I'm scared for the country because, Bitcoin has no business moving like this if we had a country that actually defended its fiat currency or not make it fiat. But since it don't, you have to protect yourself.
Oh, right.
So you need to own things that is hard to create versus something that's easy to create, like dollars. And you're going to be better off at the end, or you're going to be in less pain than other people will be. Yep. But with that, guys, hey, check us out, tradelikeagenius.com. We're definitely helping people make money in this market. And look, a lot of people that listen to us probably feel the way we do philosophically, or you wouldn't be listening to us. And it's now our time. We've been long suffering in the commodity trades, and I think it's ready to happen. And we've been waiting for the recognition events, and I think they're all showing up at the same time, guys. And these moves are multi-year when they start to come. So, get off the pain trade and get on the gravy train. And with that, Phil, thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. I'm going snorkeling.
Trade Genius.